Hey friends, how do you know how to pray? Well, you were likely taught. From very early on, your parents probably taught you your mealtime prayers. They taught you the Lord's Prayer. And through rote repetition, you probably learned prayers like, Lord, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy. Through that repetition, you learn not only basic truths about the Bible, but also how to pray. And in all likelihood, when you learned how to pray, your parents probably told you that you need to close your eyes, bow your head, and fold your hands. When I was little, I didn't really fully understand why we would do that. Now that I'm a bit older, I think I understand a little bit more. Do you? If your eyes are open and looking around, if your hands are doing whatever they want, well, there are a lot of distractions out there in the world. I might be playing with my phone. I might be looking on my phone at things maybe you shouldn't be looking at. All sorts of distractions all over the world that keep us from spending time listening to the invitation of our God who says, you can come to me and I will listen to you. And so when I feel those distractions coming on, maybe you're like me. I fold my hands and I grip them a little bit tighter. And I tell myself this time when I pray, I'm really going to mean it. This time when I pray, I'm going to focus on the pain. And that's going to help me realize how important this truly is. And so I get my hands folded and I close my eyes and I finally bow my head. And lately, when I've been bowing my head, I've been thinking about when Jesus bowed his head. His hands and feet nailed into place, and he was ready to focus. Ready to win not just a battle, but the one war that actually meant everything. All of his words were finished. His lungs were contracting. Blood is not pumping, but it was pouring. And so he closed his eyes and he bowed his head on the cross. We bow our heads to pray for our lives. He bowed his head to die. We bow our heads with confidence that though we don't deserve it, God will hear us. He bowed his head with confidence that though he didn't deserve it, his words rang true, my God, why have you forsaken me? And God would not hear him. We bow our heads to go to God with what we are suffering through, and we ask him to either remove it or to give us strength to endure it. He bowed his head to suffer the final blow of wrath that came directly from God. We bow our heads to clear out the sadness and pain of our own experience, the consequences of our own sinful actions, and the wickedness of the world around us. He bowed his head because the burden of sadness and pain and wickedness had finally pressed its full weight on him. We bow our heads to pray. He bowed his head to die. But friends, now is the time to lift your heads. Now is the time to release those hands from being clenched and lift them up in joy. Because this Friday is still good. Because we know that Sunday's coming. Happy Good Friday. Happy Easter. May God bless you as you gather around his word and worship this wonderful weekend. Peace be with you.